What you're about to see is a unit huddle. This builds sensitivity to operations so that we can more effectively manage our shift. It's a quick look back of what's happened in the last 24 hours and where we're going in our shift. Keep in mind that a huddle is not the place to solve problems. It's where we gather information so that we can put mitigating strategies in place as the shift progresses. As a leader, you'll be able to receive feedback from your line staff about their concerns, as well as escalate issues to the daily safety brief in our tiered huddle process. If you're leading the huddle, notice how the board guides the conversation. As a participant, note how the individual's contribution is critical to the success of the huddle. Thank you for coming to Huddle. It's been 14 days since our last serious safety event and 32 days since our last employee injury, so let's make it another safe day. We're working on stop and resolve for our error prevention technique this month. Does anybody have a safety story?
I do. Yeah, I was getting meds for a patient and she was having a little trouble sitting up. So I was trying to show her how to use the buttons on the control panel so she could raise the head of the bed and make it a little more comfortable. But she said it never really worked for her. So I went around and I checked the connection and it wasn't connected, which is good because later on she had some respiratory issues and then she was able to use the control panel and call for help.
Wow, great stop and resolve. Thank you. It's a really good story. Any other safety stories? Yeah.
So something similar to Jennifer's is I actually noticed a couple things when I went in to get some supplies for a procedure. I noticed the packaging was a little bit different. So by looking at closer, I noticed actually some of them were actually outdated. So I got material management, and actually right now they're looking into that.
Awesome. So materials management is fixing that right now?
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to make a note of that down here. And I also want to escalate that to the daily safety brief with leadership today so that other units can check in case they inadvertently receive some outdated supplies. So for us, any other safety stories? Okay. That's 63 safety shares since the beginning of the year. Great work. Thank you, everyone. Well, we are at staffing standard with 43 patients on our unit. We're anticipating 6 admissions and 4 discharges. Any concerns?
Yeah, I have a complicated discharge today, and I was talking with social services and case management yesterday, and we were trying to work through it, and they said that the family was coming in this morning, and I'm concerned because we could be tied up for a couple hours, and I'm actually first up on admit.
Yeah, thanks for letting me know. Listen, I'm going to mark that red, and I'll just follow up with you after huddle after I can check my staffing a little bit. Okay, just so you know, we did follow up with engineering, and they did fix our leaky faucet. So thank you for reporting that. So we'll get that off the list. And I am aware that night shift is understaffed, and so Jill will be calling the float pool. So I know some of you always check and watch out for your peers. So. All right, so let's move on to our quality of care. We're still working on catheter-associated urinary tract infections. We had 2 infections last month. We are trending in the right direction. We still have quite a bit of work to do there. And then adverse drug events. We had 9 events last month. So again, trending in the right direction, but we still need to work on that. We're working on barcode med administration. Our last measurement period, we had 16 overrides of the process. I'm really proud to say that we've had 10 days with no overrides, so thank you all very much. That's great work. And then with our Foleys, we kind of struggled this week. We had 2 days this week where we were not compliant with getting our Foleys out within 48 hours. So let's be really vigilant with that today. We do have 6 patients on our census that have Foley catheters that need orders to get them out. So if you would please follow up with that, that would be great. Any thoughts or ideas around those 2 initiatives?
Could we write down the names of those that have to get the Foley changed on the board so that we can see it?
Yeah, that's a great idea. Let's put that on an idea card and see how we can incorporate that into our daily huddle. I'll finish filling this out after huddle and get that on the idea board because I think that'd be great to have another visual cue of what we need to be doing during the day. Excellent. For sustainability, it's been 49 days since our last fall, but let's not get too comfortable. I did receive an email alert this morning that there were 2 falls in our organization within the last 24 hours. So let's be really vigilant using our transfer equipment and lift equipment to keep our patients safe and yourself safe too. Pressure ulcers, 52 days since our last one. So great work, everyone. Thank you. So let's move over to our patient engagement. We're still working on staff responsiveness and nurse communication. We're trending in the wrong direction in staff responsiveness, but staying very close to our goal of being in the 80th percentile. But I'd really like to push that up. And then with nurse communication, we're just knocking it out of the ballpark. We are at the 95th percentile, so that's really great work. I want to thank you all for that. To help with staff communication, we had our unit clerks kind of track why our patients are calling us for help and using their call light, and mostly it's for the bathroom. So let's remember the 3 P's as we're doing rounding. Check on pain management, potty, and positioning. And actually, with my safety champion, when she did her audits yesterday, we were 100% compliant, so we're on our 7th day of completely compliant with that process. So thank you, everyone. Let's keep it up. And then narrating care, we finished day 16 of our 21-day stretch, so really great work. This is so important to our patients because as you're narrating what you're doing, they're understanding the care they're receiving, and then they feel comfortable to ask questions about that care too. So let's keep that up. Any other thoughts or concerns you want to bring forward? Great. Well, thank you for keeping our patients and yourselves safe and helping all of us live our healthiest lives possible. Let's have a great shift.
Awesome.
Thank you.